specialty is ribs.
All right.
So it's different ways you can cook them.
You got me already.
Yeah. There's different ways you can cook them. I like to go low and slow because that'll make them tender. So I kind of like to cook my ribs around like 250, 275, let them smoke for about 2 hours. Every 30 minutes or so, I'll have like a little spritz, like a little spray that I keep them moisturized with. I'm not going to say my secrets what's in the bottle, but I keep them moisturized, a lot. Then I'll really like go all out and, take them off the grill, wrap them, put them back on low and slow, barbecue sauce, brown sugar, just take them off and they're ready to go.
Cam Ball has been a standout defensive lineman for the Razorbacks for a few seasons now.
Cameron Ball sacks him.
Ball is a player known for his strength and size on the field, but he's also found a passion off it as an aspiring chef.
It started from my dad. He was like a little barbecue caterer. I just started experiencing things on my own, learning good things, new things, and just perfecting my craft. A year ago, I started like my own little business called Ball's Barbecue.
From helping his dad's barbecue business to becoming a standout Razorback, Cam's drive comes from staying focused on the future.
My dad always tell me, if you don't take advantage and take care of the stuff you have now, you'll be somewhere, saying 2 minutes on fries or something like that.
That work ethic kept him loyal to Arkansas, always pushing to be the best, no matter his role.
If I'm gonna be a 2 on a depth chart or a 3, I'm gonna be the best damn 2, best 3 I can be.
Through position battles and teammates transferring out, Cam stayed true to the Razorbacks and himself.
I was always big on loyalty. If I'm good enough, the NFL will find me, or there's no reason to transfer.
Today, Cam reflects on his football journey, what drives him, and the lessons he's learned along the way.
Anytime I have the chance to give back or help my parents out in any situation, I can and I will, because of all the things they've done for me. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Cam, I can't help just notice sitting down next to you the size difference here. You're what, 6'4", 6'5"?
We can go 6'5".
I'll give you 6'5".
6'5".
For me, how would I know? 324-ish.
Yeah, 324,
Okay.
5.
Yeah. I'm
good day.
I'm 5'6", 170-ish, something.
You can pass for about 6 foot.
We were just talking about yeah, thank you. If you were writing the media guide, I appreciate that. That'd be a nice superlative for me. But we were just talking about shopping. I'm a little guy and you're a big guy, and we have the same problems.
Yeah. It's kind of hard, man, especially when it comes to suits and jackets, especially pants.
Yeah, let's talk about an SEC defensive lineman. What does shopping look like?
I would say it's a lot of stuff you have to order offline. You can't just go into a store like the good old days and pick something out that you like. It's a lot of ordering, and I really don't like that because I like to have my clothing and shoes and stuff now in person because I want to see it, because you don't know if it fits the way you want it to fit if you order it online. So that's why a lot of times I either just go to Walmart, get some Russell stuff, dry fit, and just wear it.
So it's just hard for you to go shopping. You can't just go to a men's clothing store or hit up a store in the mall. You're laughing.
Yeah, it's hard. I say the only easiest shopping for me would be grocery shopping. That's about it.
What's that look like?
Oh man, probably spend about $200 per grocery trip, but it lasts me about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
I was going to say, how many times per week?
Yeah, probably a week and a half, 2 weeks.
You got to get on that Walmart Plus app.
I do. I get whenever I'm lazy or sometimes I get them delivered, but that's an extra $20.
Yeah, if you forget something.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear you're a big cook.
Yeah.
A chef. Sorry. Is that insulting?
No. I'll say like a chef in the making, because I haven't made it in the cooking world yet, but I do like to cook in my free time.
Where did this start?
It started from my dad. Just basically growing up with him, he was like a little barbecue caterer. So
Okay.
every now and then he'll get booked for a gig, and it went from me just helping him loading his charcoal grills on the back of his truck bed, and he paid me $20 to just help him load and unload, to the point where I'm asking him questions about it and I'm looking at the details that he's doing. And then just being in college on my own, and I got tired of eating out every day, and I knew it wasn't good for my body and for me. I just started experiencing things on my own, learning good things, new things, going over the bad things, and just perfecting my craft altogether.
So it started on the grill.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, can you give me some tips here? Ribs, brisket, what give me a couple of pointers.
Pointers, okay, so my specialty is ribs.
All right.
So it's different ways you can cook
You
them.
have me, you got me already.
Yeah, there's different ways you can cook them. I like to go low and slow because that'll make them tender. So I kind of like to cook my ribs around like 250, 275, let them smoke for about 2 hours. Every 30 minutes or so, I'll have like a little spritz, like a little spray that I keep them moisturized with. I'm not going to say my secrets what's in the bottle, but I keep them moisturized, a lot. And sometimes if I'm doing like, not competition, but if I'm cooking for like an event or people, then I really like go all out and, take them off the grill, wrap them, put them back on, low and slow, barbecue sauce, brown sugar, just stuff of that nature. But if I'm cooking for like myself or my family, my girlfriend, something like that, just regular low and slow, just take them off and they're ready to go.
So are you doing some have you done some competition?
No, my favorite TV show is Barbecue Pitmasters. So
Okay.
like I look at it every now and then, and I have always had dreams of going on that show one day when it's all said and done. But until then, from probably like I started a year ago, I started like my own little kind of business called Balls Barbecue. It was originally my dad's idea, but he never got it like LLC'd. So I just took it and ran with it. And in my free time, I sell plates to my teammates or regular people around campus.
I'd like to be one of those regular people.
I got you.
What do I do to sign? Can I sign up?
I mean, you can.
Hit you up and be like, hey man, on the bye week, can I pre-order? What do I need to do here?
Yeah, you can pre-order because, a lot of times I don't do it as much as I should because it's mainly just me, just handling the meat. My girlfriend, she does the sides, but it's mainly just me. And I'll wake up around like 3, 4 a.m. and I have 4 barbecue grills just going. And then I'll probably won't lay down till it's all said and done till like 10 o'clock that night. So it's a lot to do for one person. That's why I rarely do it. But whenever I do, it's always a hit.
It sounds like you've got it. Like you got a passion about it.
Yeah, I really do.
You really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I gotta have some of this. I'm gonna hit you up for some of this.
I got you.
Where did this? I guess your dad, having a small business, you seem to have sort of this entrepreneurial spirit about you, or this insight to, hey man, I can go kind of do my own thing. I can create tell me how that's developed, where that comes from.
To be honest, I would say it developed from taking certain courses in college. Just seeing more things I can do, because now I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about 5 years, 10 years ahead. If God willing, if I can play football for a long time, but if not, just the future. 5 years, 10 years down the road, like I want to build generational wealth. I want to leave stuff for my kids, stuff of that nature. So just having businesses and doing what I love, and just my father, he didn't have the tools and the equipment and stuff to have this business, and that's why I take advantage of NIL. So like with my NIL money, I can go out and buy all this meat and buy all these grills and tools and equipment, to better my business.
I love that. I wonder if you have some insight on what kind of players or what kind of mistakes some players make. Not anybody specifically, but just where maybe they take the money and they don't. How did you? I love that you figured that out, because it's so easy when you're at college. Football's a lot, man. You're working all the time and trying to get your school done and all that. And so that, like, having that thought to be able to go do that you see other people and you just like, man, you must feel great that you figured it out.
I figured it out, but like all people, it didn't start out that way. I did make a couple, bonehead purchases every now and then. But then when I sat back and looked and thinking, if football ended today and if I wasn't making this today, where would I be? So, like, I'll probably be my dad always tell me, if you don't take advantage and take care of the stuff you have now, you'll be somewhere, 2 minutes on fries or something like that. So just having them, just learning from my mistakes, previously, now I'm more smart and efficient with my NIL because I'm so blessed to have it.
It's hard to believe you've been here 4 years. Yeah. So Coach Pittman was here a year, and then he got you to come here. College football, we don't have players, at one location for 4 years as much anymore. How has that helped you, being in one place and being able to grow as a player in this culture?
Man,
and as a person?
I've met so many people in the state of Arkansas. I've built so many relationships. Legend coming out of my high school, so there was no point of me leaving. I had the offers and stuff in that nature because I was always told that if you're good, they'll find you. So that's kind of the same thing I got going here. If I'm good enough, the NFL will find me, or there's no reason to transfer for me, honestly.
We'll get more into your football career at Arkansas, but let's go back to your roots. Let's talk more about how you grew up. Near Atlanta, Georgia, in that area?
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia, man. Grew up around the old National College Park area. Went to high school in East Point. Played for numerous recreational teams, but was at one high school majority of my whole time.
Did you play other sports?
I played basketball, I played baseball, did a little track and field, but the only track part was like the Fat Man Relay.
What are we talking about?
I think it's like I want to say it's the 4x1 or the 4x4, the one that you hand the baton off to.
Yeah.
So I was
there's a 4x400.
Mm-hmm.
That's one lap around the track.
No. Yeah, okay, what's the one that has the shortest distance?
The 100?
Yeah.
So the 4x100.
4x1.
Okay, so you take 4 guys to get one lap around the track.
Right.
Okay.
So I did that, one time.
That makes more sense.
I did that, and I did discus. I probably did a little bit of shot put.
I want to hear like baseball. What did you play in baseball?
Baseball, I played pitcher. I played third base, first base every now and then, but my main specialty was center field. I know it's hard to believe, but I played center field.
Till what age?
Till my senior year.
You played all through high school?
I played all through high school.
And what about basketball?
Basketball, I played until my 10th grade year because the basketball coach told me he wanted me to focus more on football.
They give you the ball down the block?
Yeah.
Yeah. Post them up.
A lot of free throws, a lot of tackles,
yeah.
A lot of fouls. I was kind of the enforcer.
Well, in all seriousness, that kind of stuff probably helped you with football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Playing all those different things.
Yeah, just staying in shape. My biggest thing was after football season, I had a lot of teammates that just didn't do anything. I wanted to stay active. I didn't want to be in the house. I wasn't a big partier. I just wanted to just stay engaged in sports because sports kept me out of a lot of trouble.
So did you play both sides of the ball in football in high school?
Yeah,
yes. It's kind of a dumb question.
That's not a dumb question. I never came off the field in high school because I started offensive line and I started defensive line. I played every position on the offensive line. And a fun fact people don't know is I was recruited higher to play offensive line than I was defensive line. I finished high school with 42 offers, and probably like 30 of those was to play offensive line at the next level.
Are you the most recruited guy to ever play at your high school, or do you know?
Probably. Ish. I can name I'll say recently.
Yeah.
But like 3 guys, probably like a guy named Jonas Jennings played offensive line, went to Georgia. He was one of the highest paid O linemen at the time. in the NFL. A running back, Tristan Davis, went to Auburn, played in the NFL some time. But like in the new age, I think I'm probably like the most, notable athlete to come out of my school.
Did you ever get to run the ball? Ever hand you the ball in a special formation?
No, man.
If I was coaching, I'd probably give you the ball. I mean, you played center field. You can obviously move. You're D lineman. You can't play D line in this league and not be able to move.
The closest thing I've had to the ball was either, because I played kicker too growing up, so was punting the ball. I ran a fake. I threw a touchdown in high school. I've stripped the ball and ran for a 30-yard touchdown. In the All-Star game, I caught a pick six. That's about the closest I've been to getting the ball, other than, when I was younger and I played quarterback and running back and stuff.
You ever dream about that at night, scoring touchdowns?
Man, I've always, to this day, whenever my football career is all said and done, I always told my friends and everybody, because they knew like my passion for quarterback was no other, that I want to have like a little 7-on-7 league and I just want to play quarterback. So I dream about it. Dream about playing quarterback all day, every day. But, seeing the kind of hurt and pain that we put on quarterbacks as defensive linemen, I wouldn't want to play it.
Man, I feel that.
I wouldn't want to play it.
So who were some of the schools you were deciding
when
you came to Arkansas?
Arkansas, Georgia Tech, Arizona State, Tennessee, Illinois. That was kind of like my top schools.
All right. Before we get into your career, let's talk about Arkansas. Let's talk a little bit about how you grew up. So you told us about your athletic achievements. You told me a little bit about your dad. Tell me about your family.
Oh, man. Got a loving mother. My parents been together probably like 34, 35 years.
Wow, that's great.
Two-parent home, that's kind of rare in this new day and age. So I was brought up in a church home as well, going to church every Sunday. I found Lord God is my Savior, and Jesus Christ is my Savior as a young age. So I've never departed from that. Got a older brother and an older sister, so I'm the baby, and I got two nieces. But overall, man, I've had a good upbringing, and I have a great family at home.
How are your parents now?
Oh man, they, especially like from a football standpoint, they'll try anything and the best they can do to just come out here and just to see me. It's a long way from Atlanta. It's 10 hours away, and I know it was hard at first for them trusting that their baby boy is going to be okay out here. But they see my growth, and they've seen that I'm matured, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. That's why I didn't want to stay home coming out of high school. I wanted to go and experience life on my own. So,
give me one thing that your parents, looking back, have done for you to help you where you are today. I mean, there's tons of things that every parent probably does, but what sticks out if something were to jump out at you?
Man, I can remember countless times of my father just trying to do his best just to make sure that we was straight. Like I can remember times, if they miss a bill or something like that, like it would be times, it's probably illegal, but my dad, if they was to cut our water off or something like that, my dad, I've seen him like open something inside of in our driveway. I think it was like a little water something, and he'll cut the water back on, or just my mother, like putting her account in the negatives, just to make sure we have something to eat, like for Sunday dinner. But by all means, I didn't really grow up like not having a lot of stuff, but it was times, that it was hard. And my parents, they did the best they could. They sacrificed so many things just for me and my siblings to be where we are today. So anytime that I have the chance to give back, that's another thing with NIL. Anytime I have the chance to give back or help my parents out in any situation, I can and I will, because of all the things they've done for me. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
That's awesome. So here you are at Arkansas. Were you homesick when you first got here?
To be honest, man, I wasn't.
You were ready.
I was ready.
Some guys are ready. Like they're looking forward to that experience as a grown-up.
Yeah. It didn't really hit me that I was in college and I was 10 hours away until, I want to say, like a year in. I was just like, wow, like I'm really in college and I'm really, really pursuing a degree, really living out my dream of playing SEC football. And I'm really 10 hours away from home. So, I mean, like I said, it didn't really hit me. I've yet to be really homesick. I would say more of missing my mom's and my dad food sick. that's kind of the sick I am.
Yeah, and you started making your own and then turned it into a business.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about how things have gone since you've been here. Like, how have you seen your career evolve?
Oh man, my freshman year, you know, I've came in with the mindset that I wanted to play early. I wanted to go out there and help the team in the year of 2021 early. But you know, God had other plans for me. So my freshman year, I was on the scout team. And, you know, I kind of was getting on myself about it. And I just knew I wasn't going to be on it long. But, you know, God had other plans. So I stayed on scout team my whole year going up against that. I want to say we had the number 1 rushing offensive line that year with Bo Limmer, Ricky Stromberg, Brady Latham, Myron Cunningham, and Dalton Wagner. So I'm going up against these cats every day. And I'm just saying to myself, like, you know, I can just either go down here and let them push me around, or I can just get better and build off of it. So, you know, it was times that they was getting after me, I was getting after them, but I'm so grateful for the experience to just get better and build my craft my freshman year. And then from that point on, I said I'll never be on scout team again, and I never was. So,
what has changed year to year for you from that point forward? How have you grown?
To be honest, man, not even football related, just my faith, you know, just God, just trusting him and getting more into the word, and just overall just getting better spiritually. That's helped me, you know, because it's a lot of stuff that I've experienced and gone through in my life. But how I look at it, I was just talking to my mom about it last night, that it's somebody else in this world and in this life that's experienced much far worse than you. So.
Well, and there's pressure and stress, and tell me, you know, a bit about that, you know, trying to compete for that spot on the depth chart and wondering if it's going to work out. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but along those lines, what has it been like? And
you know, I've like I said, I've been here a long time, so I done seen a lot of D tackles come in. I done seen a lot of them go. My father always told me a quote that it's never pressure or stress when you're prepared. But instead, if you're prepared, it's an opportunity. So I just look at it as an opportunity, and I love to compete, you know. So I was just coming in with the mindset that I had to compete every day, every practice, let the chips fall where they lay. If I'm going to be a 2 on the depth chart or a 3, I'm going to be the best damn 2, best 3 I can be. So.
You sound like your head coach right there. What kind of influence has Coach Pittman had on you and your development?
Man. Coach Pittman, man, he's my guy, man. Like I said, I've known Coach Pittman since 8th grade. He's probably like 80% of the reason, 90% of the reason why I'm here. You know, just trusting him and following behind him, because man, he's a hell of a coach, and more so, he's a better person. You know, he's real genuine. He's not a car salesman. He's gonna shoot it straight, and that's what I like about Coach Pittman.
I know last year didn't work out like you guys wanted to, and you had a lot of close losses.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the season doesn't end the way you want it to, and, you know, the vibe around the program as far as fans, nobody's happy. I'm sure you guys weren't happy. What's the difference if you look back to last year? I don't need details on people, but just the overall atmosphere. What's the difference between last year and now, 4 games into the season?
I could say it started in the off season. You know, Coach Souders, you know, we have a very good strength staff. They kind of made the off-season workouts more harder, and it put more stress on us. And it really was us trying to figure out how to come together. And because we got so close in the off-season and we knew what we're capable of and what we could do, I want to say that it started there. That's just like when I was on the bus with a couple teammates after the Oklahoma State loss, and we was driving back to Fayetteville, and we was just talking, and we was just like, you know, it wasn't a coaching thing. It wasn't the coach's fault. It was us. It was the players. Like, we got to hold ourselves accountable. We got to do this better, do that better. And then we came out and won next week, and then we won again. So,
yeah, I thought after that game, the way the game was lost, if you want to say it, or they won, however you want to look at it, you guys had every opportunity to win that game. And coming out of a game like that, man, it's easy to find out if you're together as a team.
yeah.
What would you learn about your teammates? What did they learn about you?
I learned that we can take accountability. his players.
What are the keys to this defensive line being successful? You guys did a good job against Ale Gordon. Did a good job against, Marquez Hunter, the one of the best backs in the SEC. I think there's some questions about, hey, can you get more pressure on the quarterback? But where do you see your defensive line?
Man, we just got to play our brand of football. Coach Adams, Coach Green, Coach Hop, they do a good job, great job, day in, day out of practice, working with us on the things that we need to correct, Coach Adams always tells us, however good you think it is not always good, and however bad you think it is it's not always bad. So he kind of keeps us level-headed and keeps us humble. And we know we need more pressure on the quarterback. We know we need to help the back end out a little more. We're just gonna take it day by day, and we've all discussed amongst each other what we need to correct and what we need to fix. And I think it's going to be a great rest of the year from the defensive line.
How would you describe Coach Adams and the relationship you guys have and how he coaches your unit?
I would view Coach Adams as like a second father to me, because he has characteristics as my dad. There's a whole bunch of tough love with Coach Adams. He's gonna shoot it to you straight. He's not gonna sugarcoat anything. He's just gonna basically just tell you how it is, and that's what you need. And if he's not saying anything to you, then at that point, I don't think he not necessarily doesn't want to coach you, but if he's saying a lot of things to you and he's getting on to you about the littlest things that you think you're doing, to your best ability, he knows that it's not. He knows that you have more potential, and he knows what you can do and who you can become. And at the end of the day, he just wants you to be successful.
I'm gonna geek out nerd football conversation real quick. What are the keys to playing defensive line in this league? It's easy as a fan to just see whether it's working or not. Take us inside your game within the game.
I would say the most characteristic you got to have is you got to be physical. You got to be like a grimy, aggressive type of person, because in the SEC, the trenches is real, man. I've played a lot of great O-linemen, a lot of physical O-linemen, and I just made up my mind I got to be physical right with them. I can't run, I can't skirt up. So you just got to be a physical. You got to love being the big guy that they can count on. Growing up, people always make jokes about you being fat and all that, but now I love my fatness. So people make.
I'd say you're pretty athletic.
People make them jokes now. I'm like, can I have your plate? Because you need to wait to play in the SEC, especially at my position. Being 325, man, it helps me a lot. Just being able to fight off blocks and stay on blocks and clog up holes. For my linebackers and my defensive backs to make plays. So.
Have you always been big? You just mentioned growing up, and
I didn't really get big until high school for real. As a kid, I loved milk, so that's kind of helped me kind of gain weight. I used to go through 2 gallons of milk a week, just because I love milk. I love strawberry milk too. That's my favorite flavor.
Yeah. So what do you think the key will be to the rest of this year for you guys?
I would say just playing together. We know what we can do. We put it on display this past week. So just playing together, playing our game, being prepared mentally, physically, and just trusting what the coaches instilled into us. And I think we'll be fine.
You mentioned you like milk.
Yeah, love milk.
Do you still drink milk?
To this day, man, I have a bedtime snack when it comes to milk, and it's kind of, you might be like, or it's kind of nasty, but this is what I do. I'll get a cup of milk, right? And like I said, they don't sell strawberry gallon milk. So I'll go get the Nesquik little squeeze bottle or a little powder, and I'll put it in the milk, then I'll stir it up. So then I'll take some either, I'm not a big, when it comes to shopping, I'm kind of I know it's the same thing, but I'd rather get the generic brand or the Walmart brand versus anything. So like Oreos, it's like a little generic brand of
Great
Oreos
value.
called like Twist and Shout. I don't, something like that. Or like regular like cookies.
Okay.
And then I'll just take like, I'll tell you the truth, I take like 6 of them. And then I'll just throw them in the milk. And then I, like, instead of dipping, I'll just throw them and I'll just sit, get on my phone for like 5 minutes or so and let it like marinate. And then I'll just drink the cookies in the milk. It's all like mushy and chunky. Like, man, I might go get some when I leave here now. Just thinking about it. It's so good, man. It's good.
I mean, it doesn't sound good.
Nah. Don't knock it till you try it.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't sound, maybe I should try it.
Try it. You got to try it. Got to try it. I'm trying to tell you, you'll never look back.
I don't know if I need another sweet tooth kind of vice, though, man.
Oh, I mean, you can get you some. I've tried it once when I was dieting. I even did it with oatmeal cookies. So just I tried again.
The diet is I went from Oreo to oatmeal cookies. It's healthier. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you figured it out. Like you also like tattoos?
Love tattoos, man. I got my first tattoo when I was like 14, 15. My mom hated it. she didn't like it at all. And my father, of course he wasn't gonna say he liked it in front of her. You know how that go. But I mean, he wasn't really too mad about it. But since then, man, I've took the tattoo thing and ran with it, and because I just love expressing myself, and I just love the artwork, man. It's like the whole left side of my body is just straight Christianity. It's about my faith. So it just tells that, and the other side of my body is just me. Like what I like to do and what I like and stuff of that nature.
All right, Cam, what are your goals? Personally, I mean, team-wise, but for you personally, what are your dreams and what do you want to see happen in your career and as a person?
Yeah. Man, as a person, I feel like I just want to give back. I feel like that's my purpose on this earth, and God has placed me on this earth to just give back to those in need and give back to those in my community, because growing up, it wasn't nobody for real giving back in my community. It was people that'll probably just give back, for clout or credibility, stuff of that nature. And that's why I started the Cannonball Foundation. I started my own foundation, and that's another thing with NIL. This past May was my second year hosting my youth annual football camp. So I had a good turnout with that, just like the first year. Just giving back, man. I feel like that's my purpose, and that's what I want to do in life. I'm blessed to seen what I've seen and done what I've done, because I can just remember just dreaming about being where I am today. So just being able to just give back to people, that's a big goal of mine, man, and just give back to my family as well, because without them, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the person I am, the man I am today. And then, man, just another goal of mine is just to make damn good barbecue. Straight up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I can't wait to get some of that.
I got you.
Can't wait to order that.
I got you.
With a side of the milk and cookies mixed together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got to get it all like mushy.
That sounds like a combination. That might be on your barbecue restaurant menu.
Yeah. You might be on to something, though. You might be on to something. That could be like on a little dessert list.
It's unique.
With a little red velvet cake, pound cake, stuff like that.
Hey, absolutely. You bake?
No, I want to try it.
Oh, that's coming.
About the most thing I bake. Most thing I bake is probably getting the little cookies and putting them on the sheet, throw them in there.
Yeah.
When I want them hot to go in the milk,
That's
it though.
Man, they're getting me hungry. All right, when your time as a Razorback is over, you've already been here 4 years now, so whenever that time ends, how do you hope fans remember Cam Ball's time as a Razorback?
I just hope that they remember me as a loyal person, that I was here through the thick and thin, I was here through the good and the bad, and just remember my personality, and to know that not even from a football standpoint, but from a person and life standpoint, that there'll never be another Cam Ball that'll walk through this stadium, walk through this building, personality-wise, that it's only one me. And just grateful for my time here, and I'm grateful for all the connections and people I've met in my time being here.
I want to go back to this, and I don't know what your thoughts are, and we talked about the difference between this year and last year, but when you say you've been here through the good and the bad, the thick and the thin, and my mind goes to to a frustrated locker room, a frustrated cam ball in that locker room. Like if I'm just thinking about it, like, man, this isn't it. This year it feels different.
Yeah.
But what are those times like when it's been tough, and how do you turn it around like you guys seemingly have?
Man, I can just go back to last year, only winning 4 games. And especially, it's more heartbreaking losing games that you should have won, and knowing that games that you lost by, I want to say probably in 2022, I think that was the year we lost like 5 games within 10 points or something like that. So just like stuff of that nature. And then you go into the offseason after 2022, grinding, building, trying to bond with teammates and stuff of that nature. And then you go 4-8 again. So it just brings you down even more. But then it was just something like a different feeling going into this offseason. We was more focused, more locked in. Like I said, the workouts were harder. So we just had to come together even more. And man, it's just, I feel so great about this year, and I feel so great about the group of guys that we have. And I just can't wait to watch the rest of the season unfold, to be honest.
Well, you're going to be right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally.
So good luck, man. It's awesome to meet you. I can't wait to try your barbecue.
Yes,
and
sir.
that crazy dessert. But I wish you the best, man. It's been fun to get to know you, Cam.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, dude.
Thank you.